Space Stone. The Space Stone, or the Tesseract, was the first stone we saw in the MCU. Contained within the Tesseract, this cube once sat in Odin's vault before Loki later stole it and lost it on Earth. In the 1940s, HYDRA managed to recover it during World War II, where Red Skull tried to use its limitless energy to reshape the world. But its power lies in its name: control over space itself. It can open wormholes, teleport people and objects across galaxies, and even bend physical distance. Loki used it to summon the Chitauri army over New York, while Thanos later crushed the Tesseract to reveal the raw stone inside. After the snap, he claims he used the stones to destroy the stones, so nobody can reuse them. In Endgame, the Avengers retrieve earlier timeline versions of the stones, and then Steve Rogers returns them to their original times. In the wrong hands, this thing can move entire armies between worlds in seconds. The Reality Stone. The Reality Stone, unlike the others, didn't start as a gem, but as a red liquid called the ether. It can warp the very fabric of existence, turning matter into dark energy and bending reality itself. When the Dark Elf Malekith tried to use it, he planned to plunge the universe back into primordial darkness. The ether can even merge with a living host, giving them godlike strength, but at the cost of their life. Later, the Asgardians handed it to the Collector for safekeeping. In the MCU, it has a fluid form when not fully contained. That form can be dangerous and unpredictable. Its power is conceptually absolute over reality, but on screen, its most dramatic uses are large-scale alteration attempts rather than micro-edits. Thanos later arrived and collected it for real from the Collector prior to the events of Infinity War. The Power Stone. The Power Stone, housed inside the orb, a weapon of pure destruction, capable of annihilating planets with a single pulse. Even a glimpse of its energy can vaporize those unworthy to wield it. Ronan the Accuser tried to harness it to wipe out Xandar. Only the combined strength of the Guardians could contain it. Briefly, the stone enhances the wielder's abilities massively with strength, durability, energy projection. The stone is extremely volatile when not contained. One person cannot safely wield it without protective containment, like an artifact or gauntlet. It was stolen by multiple parties in Guardians of the Galaxy. The Guardians, with the Collector's help, prevent Ronan from using it to destroy Xandar. Thanos later claims it from Xandar off-screen, giving him a near unbeatable edge in Infinity War. The Mind Stone. The Yellow Stone, originally blue, first appeared hidden inside Loki's scepter, gifted by Thanos himself. It's the stone of thought, intellect, and consciousness, able to control the minds of others or even create new life. The Avengers later discovered it was far more than a simple energy source. It was the spark that gave birth to Vision. Embedded in his forehead, it granted him life, intelligence, and a soul. The Mind Stone is also the key to Wanda Maximoff's powers. Her abilities were awakened by exposure to its energy, but ultimately, it became the final piece Thanos needed. In Infinity War, he tears it from Vision's head, completing the Infinity Gauntlet. The Time Stone. Housed in the Eye of Agamotto, the Time Stone is the domain of the Masters of the Mystic Arts. It grants absolute control over time, rewinding, accelerating, looping, or freezing it at will. It can also trap entities in temporal stasis and view alternate possible futures. Strange uses spells and the Eye as focus. Doctor Strange used it to trap Dormammu in an endless time loop, and later to view over 14 million possible futures, finding just one where the Avengers win. But the stone's power comes with a cost. Meddling with time risks fracturing reality itself. When the Ancient One warned Strange about removing a stone from its timeline, she meant it literally. The universe would unravel. Later, Strange surrenders the Time Stone to Thanos on Titan in Infinity War, after viewing alternative futures to help the one scenario where the heroes win. Later used by the Avengers in Endgame via the time heist of earlier timeline stones, and eventually returned to its timeline by Captain America. The Soul Stone. The Soul Stone, the most mysterious of them all, hidden on the distant planet Vormir, guarded by the Stonekeeper, also known as Red Skull, can only be claimed by sacrifice. A soul for a soul. Thanos learned this the hard way when he was forced to sacrifice Gamora, the one person he truly loved. It is later used in the Gauntlet for the snap. In return, the stone granted him dominion over souls themselves, life, death, and the spiritual essence of all living things. Later, during the Endgame time heist, Black Widow gives her own life so the Avengers can obtain it, and Hulk uses the homemade Tony Stark gauntlet to reverse the blip. Captain America later returns it to its proper time. Many believe the Soul Stone houses a hidden realm, the Soul World, where the spirits of those lost in the snap briefly reside. The Infinity Gauntlet. When combined, the 6 stones form the Infinity Gauntlet, a weapon of absolute power. Each stone enhances the others. Time amplifies mind. Power fuels reality. reality, and so on. With a snap, Thanos erased half of all life in the universe. He later uses the stones to destroy themselves to prevent reuse. The Avengers then use a time heist to collect past stones and reverse the blip, proving the Gauntlet's power can be both creation and destruction. After the final battle, the stones were returned to their rightful places in time by Captain America.